Hello, 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 everybody. Um, Hope you guys are having a good week. Uh, it's been quite a busy week for me. um, yeah, as most of you already know, I had to kind of cut out on Tuesday. um, there was a last minute request that I needed to get done at work, which took me quite some time. So I actually didn't get home till maybe about 2 o'clock in the morning or so. Yeah, so I needed to just kind of postpone the live, and I figured maybe I can do Thursday night. So here we are. But glad you guys made it here tonight. Glad that I made it here tonight. So let's do our usual shout outs and see who's here. Let's see. We got Patty here. Hello, Miss Patty. And we have Jackie. Molly Fisher is saying hello. Donna Hoskins is saying hey, hey, hey. We got Suzanne Taylor here. We got Kim Burris here. Hello, Kim. We got Linda Fugate here. Hello, Linda. And Miss Jilly Poppy. Hello, hello. We got, let's see, Suzanne Taylor. Hello, hello. Macbev 330. Hello, hello. Charlotte De Roches from Texas. Hello, Charlotte. And Miss Pearl Medina from Moreno Valley, California. Hello, Pearl. Kim Burris is saying her daughter and her family will be here Saturday for our Christmas, so I'm sewing PJ pants for grandchildren. Okay. Oh, she's busy sewing PJs for, okay. But glad you made it here, Kim. Let's see. Guess who it is? It's Miss Nancy. Hello, hello. Laura Sup. Hey, Laura. Carissa Renninger's here. Hello, Carissa. And Miss Nancy is saying, don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder. And Donna Hoffler is here. Hey, Donna. All right, so yeah, it's been kind of a weird week for me. Just a lot of stuff to get done because, well, it's year-end time, so it's one of the busiest times for people in my field. We're trying to close out the books for the business. We're trying to get a lot of stuff done, and people are trying to plan for next year budget-wise. So, yeah. A lot of things going on. Okay, so there's let's see, a couple announcements tonight. This block is going to be the second to the last one. When I counted all of these blocks behind me, there are 48 of them, and when I double cross-checked it with the book, again, the Farmer's Wife quilt, it has over, let's see, let me give you the exact number. It has 111 blocks. However, the book actually gives you options in terms of different size quilts. And I am just going to make the lap size. And according to the instructions here, it says that I need 50 blocks. I thought I needed 51, but it's actually 50 blocks. So just 2 more. And I kind of realized that, if I did 1 block a week, it would take me the whole year. And that's pretty much what I did. Sort of. But tonight's block is going to be block number 25, which is cups and saucers. Okay, so a lot of these blocks kind of look very similar, and which is why I was getting kind of confused, because I thought I did this block And then when I really looked at it, it's like, nope, that's another block. That's a little bit of a different block. So, and the difference is not that much because, or not that great, because it could just be the turn of, like you have a half square triangle going this way, then in one block, and then on the other block, it's going that way. Or you have your dark fabrics that are your background, and then on another block, it's the same design, but you switch the fabrics where the dark fabrics are actually, or the lighter fabric is your background. So if you have the book, you kind of know what I mean. Okay, but cups and saucers, it's basically just half square triangles in the corner. You got one center square, and then you got a number of multiple, or a number of, what's that block? Flying geese. Thank you. So this is a good test to see if you can kind of, or how well you understand the making of a flying geese. So I'm using this yellow because, well, I had the right size already cut, so I figure why not. Although I'm using a different shade of yellow for the center. And then I'm going to pair it with this really, really dark blue color here. Ooh. Looks a little different in camera. So we'll see how this one turns out. Okay, so I'm gonna start by making my half square triangles, which is the easier of the unit. But first of all, I have to make sure that I'm grabbing the right. Okay, so these are for the flying geese. And this is for the half square triangle. So just going to mark the line. And I'm going to do the 2 at a time half square triangles. So we'll see how this block actually turns out. Okay. Let me get myself situated on this side so I can clear off my ironing board, which is kind of extra storage right now. Okay, so now that I'm kind of winding down on this project, I was going through all the scrap fabrics that I just kind of pulled to put the blocks together. And kind of seeing what I have left over, what I have left to use, what can I use, what can I just throw into a scrap bin. You know, just kind of organizing some things in general. So did I yeah, I totally sold that raw crooked. Oh well, I think I'd still be okay. Okay, so what's everybody working on tonight? Or am I the only one actually? Well, I know Kim's sewing her PJs. Okay. Are we all done with our Christmas shopping? That's actually the question I should have put down. You know, this year, well, I haven't even started, but I think I'm just gonna make some simple gifts, or maybe make a bag or something. I don't know, something quick and easy, so I'm not doing some last minute shopping because I have no time to do that, even though I enjoy doing it. Okay. So Suzanne Taylor, she has typed in exclamation question. And the question of the video is, what is a block that you struggle to make? Personally, believe it or not, the one block I really do struggle making, pinwheels. You know, I'm fine with making half square triangles like this. It's trying to, when I start sewing them to other half square triangles, and then when I sew it all together, it's that center. For some reason, I can never get that center spot on. It's close, but not perfect. And for me, that's good enough. But, you know, you always strive to be perfect, I guess is a way to say it. So for me, it's the pinwheel. But more specifically, it's not because of these half square triangles. It's that center point in which I'm trying to kind of get spot on. Nope, I need to iron these flat. So, okay, so Suzanne's, hello, Lori. And Suzanne Taylor says that she struggles to make some half square triangles. Hello, Miss Katie Crafts. Lori Clark says, I struggle with snowball blocks. Snowball blocks. La, la, la. That's a little bit of a tongue twister for me. Huh. That's interesting because I used to love snowball a block. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Okay, Katie, I did see it. I'm not going to be able to attend. I wasn't quite sure if I was supposed to respond to that or if that was just an open invitation, but just know for sure that I will not be able to attend that. Primarily because we have no vacation time, so I will be working on that day. Katie Kraft says, I'm done shopping, but not done sewing. Okay. Chris Renninger says, not sewing right now, but working on a big paper piecing project. Ooh, okay. Kim says she's working with fleece and she's sneezing a lot. Uh-oh. Molly Fisher is saying that she's still got a couple more. Okay. Oh, referring to gift shopping, I suppose. And Katie Crafts says, Katie Crafts is saying she's working on a table runner. You know, I don't do much table runners. Maybe I should. Or maybe I should turn all of my orphan blocks into table runners. There's a thought. Okay, so right now I'm gonna start making my flying geese units, and I'm gonna do the 4 at a time, or do them 4 at a time. And right now I'm just marking my diagonal line so I can get those started. And I think I'm done marking everything, so let's go. Okay, so we'll put this one on there, and then I'll line up my lines with the corner. Okay, then I can sew 1/4 inch, and I am secretly praying that I got my measurement correct. We shall see. Got it misaligned. There we go. Ooh, got a little bit of a bird's nest right there. That's okay. That's going to get trimmed off anyway. Then I can line up this one. And let's see, we'll do that. And we'll so down this way, and I'm kind of misaligned. A little bit of a misalignment, but that's okay. It's going to get trimmed down anyway. We'll cut this one in half. Okay. Let's see. Linda Fugate says, I just finished an attic window quilt top. My son asked me to make a baby quilt and 2 panel throws for coworkers' children. No timeline to be done. Oh, I love those type of projects. Lori Clark says she is cross-stitching tonight. Sewing room is too cold at night. Okay. And Kimber says she struggles with pinwheels and diamonds. You know, I do struggle with diamonds too, now that I think about it, which is why I don't do very many of them. I did get a Lone Star started somewhere, but that is on my bucket list of quilts to get done in 2025. So I don't know, maybe you might find me on a live working on that. Okay, I can press these two and whoa, some kid is having issues outside. I hear screaming. Okay, got those pressed. Let's see, we got to square it up. Doo-doo-doo. And we'll do the other side. This is not my favorite method of squaring up, but I do find that this is a much more accurate, or at least for me, it's a little bit more accurate. Usually I'll just, well, if you see me in other videos, you see me doing a different style. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Oh, no, still not right. That's better. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Two. Let's see. Katie Craft says the pinwheel center is tricky. Yes, it is very tricky. Kind of eludes me right now. I don't know. For whatever reason, it just never comes out right for me. And I get it close. I mean, I can kind of get a good or decent center point, but it takes me multiple tries. What's weird is when it comes to if I do a flying geese unit where it's just two half square triangles kind of coming together, I usually get that spot on. I mean, it doesn't take me multiple tries with multiple seam rips. But it's when I sew the two halves together, that center point just gets all wacko on me. If any of you all got some pointers, and don't say just pin it, because that doesn't work. There's something fundamentally that I'm doing wrong. This is my center, okay. Susan You're Out says she is frustrated with her 4-month-old laptop. It froze and won't unfreeze for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Susan. That is, I can definitely relate to that because, whoops, see? Case in point, these cameras, well, these cameras are not really built for live streaming, even though I use it for live streaming. But, you know, every 25 or 30 minutes or so, it's supposed to shut off just to kind of cool the motor or cool the sensor on the inside down. But, yeah, it's frustrating because every time I try to use my other computer for editing a video, granted, yeah, there's a lot of, it takes a lot to actually edit one video. And I think I'm just running out of memory space on there. So it tends to break down, but it's supposed to be a good computer to handle video editing. So, but it's frustrating because it keeps crashing on me. Fortunately, I haven't lost any of, knock on cutting board, I haven't lost any of my video files, but I don't know. One day, I'm scared one day I'm going to wake up and everything's gone. But I'm pretty sure all of us can relate to that. Okay, so we'll sew the other one. And we'll sew this one. Sew the other side. And, oh, the thread broke, but that's okay because it broke in the right spot. So I can just go ahead and sew this one. And we will cut this down. And I forgot to cut this one. Okay, did I not cut enough? Oh, I guess I didn't. I thought I had, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something's not right. Okay, I need one more, 2 more. Is this the right size? Sort of. We'll use it. Thought I had all my pieces cut, but I guess not. Oh, a little too much there. And we will cut it, cut there. Sorry, let me get into camera. Throw that back in my pile, and we shall do the last bits. Clear out my rubbish here. Okay. Okay. There we go. And that can go in the crumb bin. Oh, wait, no, that's a finished unit, so I gotta do this one. And I will sew this on here. There we go. And that can go in the crumb bin. Oh, wait, no, that's a finished unit, so I gotta do this one. And get this one on. And I will sew this on here. Why do I feel like I'm going so slow? There we go. And Susan, you're out, says, I haven't been sewing as in the final push to get my apartment packed. I do still have to sew the last 3 presents. Okay. Well, good luck packing. I know the feeling of that, or feeling of packing and moving and reorganizing stuff. And then, let me tell you, the stress on that, that's a very stressful time. I can totally agree or totally understand that. I should have actually pressed this because I can kind of feel like I didn't finger press it all the way back. Okay. So cut this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, we have enough. There we go. And let's take this unit off. Okay. Kimber says, I have some food shopping to do tomorrow. I'm making Tiffany's enchiladas for supper on Saturday. Ooh, save some for me. Yeah, I was just thinking about that this morning. Well, actually, the other day, Tiffany called me to see if I was going to be driving over and joining them for Christmas. And I said, unfortunately, I might more than like, well, I'm going to still try and swing it, but, I do have to work in the morning. So, or I do have to kind of show up at the office for a few hours. So I might do a half day, just depends on how much work I need to get done that day. And she's like, really? It's Christmas. But I'm like, well, it's a holiday. Yes, I know. But since I still have not had my 1 year anniversary at this new company, yeah, we don't get holidays off. Okay, so I'm just pressing all of these and we're going to trim it down and we can start putting the block together. And I'm kind of doing a chain ironing thing here. Now, you ever do your ironing, or if you're pressing your blocks open, you ever just lay all of them and then just put the block, or just put the iron on top of all of them? Sometimes I call it the lazy man's technique of ironing. But sometimes you just gotta, right? Okay, so with this ruler, it's real convenient because I have a point at which I can match that center of the flying geese. So all I got to do is just cut the top. And then cut the sides. Whoops, come on. There's 1 and 2. Done. So that's 1. And after this one, let's see. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, measuring this way. So right there. Trim that side. And trim that side. Okay. Okay, so guess who Nancy says is she has a hard time doing flying geese units. Flying geese for me, get that 1/4 inch on point is the hard part. Okay. Kind of similar to a pinwheel too. I guess because, well, I mean, they're all based on the same half square triangle. So I guess, um, Nancy, how are you with pinwheels then? If you get a hard time trying to do that center point, I'm betting that you also get a hard time trying to do that center point for a pinwheel. Jilly Poppy says, I was very lazy this Christmas. My three grandkids are getting cash this year. Ooh, first time I've ever done that, and they get Christmas ornaments I order every year. Okay. I'm with you there, Jilly. I'm about to do the same thing, except, well, not to rub it in, but I don't have grandkids. Irish Sail Lady, hello, hello. She says, just got done making my Christmas candy. It's setting up, and then I get to bag them. Hubby gives it out to the dog parents at the dog park. Oh, that's nice. Is that um is that dog candy or human candy? Whoops, sorry, let's see. Where was I? Sorry, the chat just kind of jumped on me. Um, Jackie says, sent money to my daughter to help with some of Santa's gifts. Usually they get Santa gifts at my house too, but not this year. Oh. And Donna Hoffler says that she has problems with the flying geese also. So Donna, then do you have a problem when you try and do a pinwheel to match that center point? Katie Craft says, I made the lantern block out of Many Wonderful Curves book. Curves work better than I expected. See, it's not that hard, right, Katie? um, Molly Fisher is asking, what am I doing for Christmas? Well, unfortunately, we don't have that day off, so I'll probably be working for a couple of hours, and then after that, I'm still kind of debating, do I want to drive to, well, Tiffany invited me over to have some enchiladas, in which it's very tempting for me to go there, but we'll have to see. It just depends on what I need to get done on Christmas, but I will be here in doing, or I will be busy. Let's just say it, put it that way. Okay, some of these came out a little short. Probably because I didn't do my measurement. Or, no, I did the measurement correctly. I just didn't sew the diagonal correctly, but sorry. So I know these two go like that, and then this goes like that, and like that. There's my center row. Then I got, no, wait. Oh, I totally inverted my colors. Oh well, we'll just replace this then. Can I do that? Oh, darn. Yeah, I guess we'll have to. I was actually supposed to make the wings of the flying geese the darker color. Not paying attention. So we're going to modify it. And I know I have a 2.5 inch square of this, so we'll just do it like that. How's that? Make it my own, right? Okay, this is another funky one. There. You know, one thing I don't like about doing half square triangles or flying geese units, how much time it takes to square up the block. You know, I really should cut these with the Quilt. I mean, I do have an Quilt. I should have actually just kind of cut my pieces using that instead. This one can go on the bottom. No, I'll do the bottom last so I can have a little bit more room. In fact, let me move this, shift this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, this one's pretty good. Came out not too far off. And just cut that. That one can go there. And two more. Is it? Well, let me catch up with the comments before I ask another question. Let me do these last two, and then I'll catch up with the comments, and then I'll ask a question to everybody. Oh, I have a story I can share with you guys. I've been here for almost 6 months now. Yeah. July, yeah. December will be 6 months. For the longest time, I thought the unit next to me was vacant. Turns out there's actually an elderly couple, husband and wife, that live there. I mean, for a good solid 5 months, I didn't see anybody. But just the other day, here they come out. Or actually, wait, this should now go that way then. Here they come out in the morning. They're waiting for their ride or their van pickup to come and pick them up and take them to wherever they were going. So the gentleman says hello to me, and he goes, "Hello, neighbor." I'm like, "Who is this guy? Because I've never seen him, and how does he know that I'm his neighbor?" He just kind of said, "Well, we've been seeing you walk back and forth. You just don't notice that they were watching me." So got to meet them for the first time. Really, really sweet couple. Just sweet people. And they were kind of mentioning that they're a management company. So they were on their way to their lawyer. Yes, their lawyer, because they are actually in a legal battle with the company. So I'm like, ooh, okay. Good luck with that. But I asked him, well, what's the scoop? Or why are they in a legal battle with the company? And it turns out that, well, they've been complaining about a lot of property management issues maintenance not being kept up. So they finally just had the courage to hire or look into taking some legal actions, because they've been complaining, like, for example, the plumbing hasn't been properly working. Everybody's bathrooms are getting backed up, and it's a health issue because the toilets are getting backed up, and the smell in some of the units. Even in my unit, sometimes when I come home from work, there's just a foul odor that comes out. And I thought I was the only one, but apparently everybody else is having the same issue. And so, but, and they just kind of feel just like the property management companies kind of just taking advantage of them. And to some degree, I think they are. Because even in my case, I've been kind of talking with the accounting person, because I'm like, hey, what's this charge? And they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so sure. You thought I didn't notice that. Well, lo and behold, they're trying to nickel and dime everybody. And trying to hope that people are not paying attention to their bill. Well, I am the one that did. And then I started talking to some of the other neighbors, and they're like, oh, I tell them about it. And then they're kind of telling me, thank you for telling me that, because they noticed the same thing. So, fishy, fishy. Okay, so got this one. Let's press. And then got this one, and I can take this one off the machine. And let's press. Press these two. I'm gonna just that didn't go well. Let me press this one open one more time. There we go. Now I can feel it. Okay, so let me catch up with some comments here. So Jilly Poppy says she doesn't live near her grandkids, so I usually order online and have it mailed to their mother for wrapping, but there is so much theft of packages that left at home, I decided to do cash. Yeah, that's the smarter move. Laura Sup says, I have no idea what Christmas will look like this year. I fractured my L1 vertebrae and am waiting for insurance to approve my back surgery. I think this year will be a cash Christmas, much to my dismay. Laura, hang in there. I know it's a battle to do anything with health insurance especially, but hang in there. Prayers out to you, and just try and stay positive through it. So you're in my prayers. See, Quilt Anonymous says, Laura, prayers, and ouch. Yeah, that's really got to be painful. Wow. Okay, so everybody get your prayers up for Laura. Donna Hoskins says, flying geese, how do you get the point down far enough not to lose it so I stay away from them? And Y seams, haven't done any diamonds yet. I do find that trimming them or just oversizing the block and then trimming it down on a flying geese unit does help me a lot. I still don't get it. I don't get it perfect, but it's improved for me. Let's see, these were like that. Now this is going in, that's going in. There's that, and then there's that. Okay. Do I have it? Okay. And Quilt Anonymous says, I like Eleanor Burns' flying geese templates. I get really good results with her method. So do I. I actually did try her method. I kind of weaned myself off of it though, but it is a good method to try because it does help. Eleanor Burns is the reason I started quilting almost 40 years ago. I have 4 of her books now. How many books does Eleanor Burns actually write? I mean, it's got to be like half a dozen. No, way more than that. 10 dozen maybe. Jilly Poppy says, I've been working on Fat Quarter Shop Dragon Block month 1 paper piecing. Ooh. You know, I haven't been paying attention much to what the Fat Quarter Shop has been doing, but that sounds interesting. I'll have to look into that. Susan You're Out says, I loved watching Eleanor Burns on PBS when I was a new quilter. First quilt book I ever bought was a book of block patterns and ideas to sew HSTs that I still 36 years later use. Yeah. Yeah, I love it when Eleanor just kind of throws her scraps all over the place. I'm just wondering who has the responsibility of cleaning all of that up. Okay, come on over, Eric. There will be plenty. Okay, Kim. Southwest does fly to your neck of the woods, doesn't it? Because for some good enchiladas, I will go through leaps and bounds to get some, which is why I'm being very tempted to head on over to Tiffany's. Let's see. Kimber says she's ironed that way a lot, especially with small block pieces. Jackie says, I never plan on my daughters having the holidays off. She's an RN, works overnight Sundays, Sunday through Wednesday night. Oh. I used to work overnights too, or do the graveyard shift, but not as an RN. But some people don't know this, but I used to work in a bakery that was 24 hours, and so I would start at 8 p.m. and then work through the night, get off at 5 a.m. And then by 7 o'clock, I'm at my first class during college for the day. Somewhere in between, there was a few minutes of sleep. But yeah, I gotta say those were fun times, though. As tired and sleepy as I was, it was a fun time too. Okay, so the question. Oh, so here's a question for you. How many of us are going to be alone for Christmas? Because I do know that there are some content creators that are hosting some events. I've been invited to a few of them. Unfortunately, I just can't make any of them, or I won't be able to attend because of my situation. But I'm just kind of curious if I were to do a late, and I do mean late, like maybe even after 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if I just came on live Would anybody be awake? I was kind of contemplating on doing it, but I don't know. Oh, Suzanne, these are not that tiny. Well, comparatively speaking to some of the other blocks that I've done in this whole quilt series, these are not really that bad. I mean, I think the smallest one was like a 1-inch half square triangle, unfinished. That's the bottom, so there's my top row. I'll press that out. Here's the last row, and this is the block that gave me issues. Like that. Then I can sew this row. Susan Europe says she knows her youngest daughter is busy Christmas and Easter. She's an Episcopal minister. Oh, okay. So she is going to be busy Easter. Guess who Nancy says pinwheels are also tough for her. Okay. Irish Sail Lady says, I make chocolate for the dog parents and sweet potato sausage balls for the dogs. Ooh, that's nice. At least the dogs get something too. Sometimes I think it's unfair when, you bring food and then you're eating it right in front of your dogs. And why is that going under? Oh, I guess it's time to... Okay, I think this machine needs a spa day. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It's nice that there's companies coming out with dog treats that are more, not like dog food, but more, I guess more organic or more realistic towards human food, I guess, maybe. I do know that some hamburger or burger joints now actually, if you ask them for a doggy burger, they'll actually give you like a small little patty that you can actually give to your dog. I can never get that seam there. Okay, well, that's about as good as it'll go. It's a little wonky, but at least I'll get to square it up. Let's sew on the last row. it feels like it's nesting, so. Okay. And that still didn't press very nicely, but I'm gonna just kind of finger press that for now. Let's get roly-poly out. Okay, that's just not gonna want to go that way, so I'll just leave it. And let's press this one. So if I do decide to not go to Tiffany's or just stay in, I might show up on a very, very late live, in which I was just kind of wondering if anybody else is going to be alone by themselves. They would like some company, at least maybe virtually. Molly says, Eric, go get those enchiladas. Okay. Suzanne Taylor says there are lots of landlords like that, especially with elderly. And yeah, it's sad because they kind of just take advantage of the elderly people, in which I know there's organizations out there, especially here in Las Vegas, where there's a huge seniors population here. And it's, at least there's organizations out there fighting for the rights of these the senior citizens that can't or that are just getting taken advantage of. So but I'm just glad that that couple is just not taking it lying down. They're taking action against it, because it's kind of putting the company or putting the management company on alert that they shouldn't be doing that, quite honestly. Well, I mean, regardless if this were a senior citizen couple or not, that would, to me, that's just unethical what they're doing. So, okay, where's my 6.5? Let me get the rotating mat out. Okay, this block is a little, well, actually it's not a little, it's very wonky, but somehow magically when you trim your blocks down and get the edges straight, somehow magically it just turns very beautiful, right? And last side. Okay. Ooh, points are not matching there, but I'm not gonna care, because this is the second to the last block and it's like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So here it is, cups and saucers. Now theoretically this should have been a pretty straightforward block for me, but obviously anytime I say that, there's always some kind of challenge. If I were to do this block again, would I do it any differently? No. Nope. Well, I would actually get my colors in the right orientation, but you know what? No matter what, if I put the lights, like these were supposed to be, like the light fabric was actually supposed to be the body of the geese, and the yellow was supposed to be the center, but then made the mistake of switching that around, and it still came out fine. Maybe if I were to do this block over again, I would pay attention to how I sewed the flying geese units, because some of them came out really wonky, and that was because I was trying to rush through it. So maybe take my time with that. Okay, so yeah, there's our block. Second to the last one. So next week will be the final block for this farmer's wife quilt, and we'll be done, and I can start sewing this together. But I'm probably gonna probably will not, or maybe I will work on it, who knows, on a live session. But yeah, I have to think of another project now. Okay, so let me just read off the comments. Let's see, what was the question you were going to ask? Again, the question that I was going to ask is, what is everybody's plans for Christmas? Are some of you going to be alone by yourself? And if that's the case, well, I might just, if I end up staying in Las Vegas and not traveling out, I might just come on live late at night and see who's here, and then we can all keep each other company, at least maybe virtually. Okay. Susan Yearout says, the complex I live in has a new management company that owns it instead of having the management company close. Kind of. This one is located in California, not Washington State. And Carissa Renninger says, the cheddar looks great with that blue. Blue and yellow does make a nice combination. I will say that, yeah. And Molly Fisher or Suzanne Taylor says, asking, didn't you play bowling with frozen turkeys? Yes, we did. And we totally got, well, I didn't get in trouble for it, but the overnight manager totally got busted for doing that. But he said, yeah, it was worth it because he had fun too. And that is how we found out that there's actually cameras, hidden cameras in the store that were recording us all night. Up until then, we all didn't know that. It was a good thing. Well, good thing there was no camera in the walk-in fridge. Okay, so Molly Fisher says she will be alone. Katie the Green Line Quilter says that she will be alone. Aww. Jackie says, I will be by myself. Kimber says, I will be alone Christmas Day. But she's getting together with family this weekend, okay. Susan Yearout says, if I wasn't going to my brother's, I would be home alone. Greenland Quilter says, my event is for New Year's, okay. New Year's, New Year's, I know I do have to work anyway too, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna, because to try and get out of Las Vegas on New Year's, for New Year's, I mean, the traffic is just horrendous, so I don't know. But I do know that on New Year's, yeah, we are scheduled to show up to work, and we are expected to show up there. So, plus, there's a lot that I need to get done. And I can't pre-plan for it, or I can't do it now because I have to wait until the year is, like, done. So, we'll see. Family is going to Hard Rock Buffet in Atlantic City for Christmas dinner. No leftovers, no cleanup or cooking. That's down at Tobac. Okay. That's usually the best way. Nancy said, guess who Nancy says? Thank the Lord I have my husband praying all the kids are not sick so we can be together. Okay. That's always nice to be together with family. Donna Donna Hoskins says, my daughter and family just moved in with me. I cook and transport the food to my son's house, so it's a busy day. Okay, she's going to be busy. And Carissa says, Christmas Eve and day, going to have Christmas on the 26th. Okay. Um, Joyce Jordan says, I'm going to be alone this year, but my kids will hopefully call me or I will call them just to hear the cheery voices. Aw, that reminds me, I need to call my mom. I've been kind of trying to dodge her for a specific reason because she always puts in a Christmas ornament order every year. But this year she hasn't, well, she usually does it like right around after Thanksgiving, sometimes earlier. But she didn't call me this year, so I was trying to avoid talking to her so that she doesn't give me a last minute, hey, Eric, I need 12 dozen ornaments. Can you make some for me? Donna Hoskins said, oh, she's talking to Katie. Patty C, she says, good evening. Hello, Patty. I'll come hang with you. I may end up working too. Oh, okay, Patty. Always a pleasure to hang with you, Patty. And Kimber says, finish hand sewing for tonight. I'll finish the PJ pants tomorrow. Okay, Kim, that would be wonderful, she says. So maybe I will do it. I mean, if I end up staying in Las Vegas for Christmas and after I come home from work, maybe I will go on live. We'll see. Okay. Sorry, the chat is just going crazy. It's just kind of jumping up and down on me tonight. Laura Sepp says, I love the blue and yellow together. Was curious to see, but it's beautiful. Okay, thank you. Chili Poppy says, we used to order just a hamburger patty for our dog when we ate at Sonic. Ooh. I never had Sonic before. Would you believe that? Well, there's not much Sonics on the West Coast, but I used to be so jealous of watching the commercials, especially looking at those milkshakes. Yeah. And Jelly Poppy says, I can always watch you quilt, Eric. My hubby is already sleeping when you come on. Okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. People are saying the block is beautiful. So if I missed a question, because I know I wasn't paying much attention to the chat earlier, if I did miss a question, just go ahead and type it in because I'm kind of going to wrap up pretty soon, but I'm just reading all the comments or trying to catch the comments just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And Denise is saying, or she's asking, just came in, what are you saying is unethical? Okay, so Denise, there's a situation that my neighbors, who I just met recently after 5 months of being here, they were just kind of being taken advantage of in various ways from the management company. And they were, I just so happened to run into them couple days ago while I was on my way to work, and they were on their way to see a lawyer. So, and they were just kind of telling me about all the issues that they've been having with the building, the management of the building, Um, everybody here is actually having problems with the plumbing. And so we've all been kind of complaining, hey, can you guys kind of do something about it? So, um, yeah, the elderly, my neighbors next door, um, they're actually taking legal action on it. So if um, if they ask or if their lawyer asks for witnesses, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to jump on board in that case. So, yep. Are you adding washing? Donna, I'm not sure if what you're asking me. And Denise says the block reminds her of the LA Lakers. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, all you would have to do is just add the purple. But the gold is that yellowish. Yeah, I guess this is kind of a bright gold color. I mean, it's actually yellow, but I know the camera, it looks a little bit more gold. Then the dark blue. Just add the purple and you got the Lakers. Okay. And Suzanne Taylor will be at her grands, and daughters are coming for Christmas dinner on the 24th. Okay. An Irish Sail Lady is having Christmas with her daughter. And then the evening is mine to sew, so I will watch if you do a live. Okay. So it sounds like a lot of us might be in our sewing rooms or trying to figure out what to do late at night. Okay. We should be home early. I might be there too. Okay. That was Donna Toback. Do you mean, Donna, do you mean sashing? If you mean sashing, yeah, I am going to do probably like a 1.5 inch sashing. The thing is, without the sashing, the blocks kind of don't look so good. But with the sashing, it kind of outlines the block, so it makes each block kind of more distinguished. So, yeah, and in all the pictures that I've seen of farmers' wives' quilts, it looks a lot better when you do put like a sashing, either a 1 inch, a 1.5, or 2 inch sashing in between. So I am gonna do that. Hello, Jim. He says he used to make ornaments for his grandmother's church kids. I miss it now that she's passed. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you did mean sashing. Okay, yeah, so yes, I am going to put sashing in there. Yeah, more than likely a 1.5 inch sashing. Something just kind of narrow, just to give it a little bit of an, or just to kind of outline each block or separate it from the next block. Well, thank you, Katie. She's saying the blocks are coming together. How big are you planning for this? How big am I planning for? I'm assuming that you mean for the sashing. So again, probably I'm really leaning towards like a 1.5 inch sashing. So it'll be finished 1 inch. I just want something, I don't want something that's super duper thick, like a 2.5. No, but I'm just thinking of maybe just a 1.5 inch sashing. So it'll be a 1 inch finished, just to give it a little bit of definition between the two blocks. What color? I'm not sure. I'll just have to kind of play around with it. Probably probably more or less something neutral. though, or some kind of a solid fabric, because I mean, as you can kind of see, there's a lot of different colors in this whole in this quilt. So using something maybe like this tan here, or even a brown, something brown or darker. I don't want to go with just plain white. To me, it just didn't, I don't know. I tried putting some white fabric in between just to see it, what it would look like, and it didn't look right to me. So probably something a little bit more darker, but something neutral, like a brown. I could use black. Maybe even this dark blue color. Who knows? I'll just have to kind of put the blocks up there, put some fabric scraps on there, and then just kind of let it marinate. That's how they usually do it anyway. Hello, Michelle the Quilter. She says, that's a nice block. I might be able to watch in our Christmas time. We are Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So it sounds like there's going to be a handful of us that are going to be around on Christmas. So again, if I do end up staying here and not going out anywhere, I'll do a live. Yeah, we'll just come on live, see if people are on. People are on. All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. Oh, thank you, Donna. She's saying it will turn out lovely, whatever you do. So fingers crossed that I do get a chance to do the final block next week, Tuesday, on our, on our regularly scheduled time. But who knows, because it is approaching the end of the year, and this is where things start to get a little bit crazy at work. So, but just know that I am planning on doing that. Also note that I am planning on going live Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. So if you're up and around, come check us out. I'm probably going to do one last ornament, and who knows, I might have a giveaway. Or I might be shipping it out to one of you. So check it out. All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I know for some of you it's really late, but you hang in there and you hang out with me, so I appreciate that. Again, this was the second to the last block. The last block, I can tell you what it will be, because I already picked it out, but I forgot what number it is. I wrote it down somewhere. I know I wrote it down somewhere. And speaking of having computer problems, now it starts to, oh, there it is. Okay. It was stalling on me for a second. Number 46, Hills and Valley. There we go. So that's what the final block will be. So, all right, guys, have a good evening. Have a great rest of the week. Hopefully, maybe I'll see some of you on Saturday night. But until then, let's all get out there and let's all create something. Bye for now.